Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Educational Gamer and we are playing World War II as the Allies. It is March 1943 and we've just landed in Sicily. We are about to turn the turn over towards the Axis. We also made a little bit of a bulge towards the Axis Eastern Front over here. Although it's still very unstable. We do know about heavy German tanks that are in the region. We do know about this tank battalion, or division, army, I'm not sure. So we are gonna have to see. Let's do it. Yeah, so let's get the Axis to take their turn. Italian morale suffers because we've kicked them out of Africa and out of Syracuse. So yeah, that is very nice. Also liberated Norway. Very interested to see the exact results and shift of the front. I'm very concerned if the weather clears up and the the Axis Luftwaffe does get to do some strikes in on the Eastern Front again. Tanks development for the US, that's very good. AA defenses as the USSR, that's also something that I very much look forward to and have been waiting for quite some time now. Right, USSR collecting more income, UK, all of that is very good, so let's hand it over towards the Axis finally. It's gonna calculate their supply now. And we are gonna see whether they will field a lot of forces against us in Sicily, and whether they'll push back on the Eastern Front. I don't expect Japan to be doing too much, to be honest, but you never know. There we are, first Italian corps showing up. Very much reinforced one as well. Some withdrawals, but I'm very... Ooh. What's that? Anti-tank? Good result of our AA division over there. Yeah, but we are exposed down there. And the aircraft fire. Yeah. Good. Yeah, see, the weather really has cleared up, and that is providing quite a bit of trouble for us. Very concerned about this front. Okay, interesting. The coastal divisions have fired 3 times each on the submarine, but it didn't seem to do any damage. Yeah, and piece by piece, the Germans are still a lot stronger than we are. I mean, we are behind fortifications, behind rivers, all of that. And it doesn't do too much for us sometimes. But over here, it seems to be somewhat stable, actually. Happy about that, then. Not sure about this position, also about the engineers. And this army is in trouble. I mean, it's been attacked so many times now. Even the Italians bring in more troops. And our Indians over here really can't seem to break them. Ah! I'm really hoping this corps survives. Brutal slaughter over there. But I think they might be out of reserves. Maybe, no, they are not. Damn it! Damn it! So they can occupy Oman. I haven't lost a call for the Soviets in a while. Really not sure what this is. I think it's anti-tank. And if it is, yeah, and they're moving in with the tanks. But tanks are bad at defending towns. I mean, our tanks aren't quite on their level, but they are under strength. They are a little bit experienced. And they are in a town. And ideally I would like to cut them off. Operation Tempest. Warsaw Rising. How's Warsaw Rising? 1943, really? I thought that was a little bit later. French supplies being disrupted. And that should be it for... Yamamoto is shot down by US aircraft. Nice. Warsaw Rising. Oh, Warsaw Ghetto Uprising. Okay, fine. Right. Yeah. So 24th Corps lost. A lot of things. No. It's the Warsaw Uprising. It's the Polish army, not just the Ghetto Rising. Oh well, we lost a corps. We did get one back, so all in all, not too much of a loss. More importantly, we did get AA defenses, so that's nice. So how are we going to deal with these German tanks, though? Well, ideally, decisively. Is there anything else that we want to do? Well, we can use some of these to mandate some counterattacks down there. Ideally, I would like to cut them off, but I think we'll just have to push them back a little bit more traditionally. And that will involve our 5th Tank Brigade. Nice. Very nice. Good result. So I certainly want to move into here. I would also like to give some of my units AA upgrades, but yeah, just making the front line a little bit better over there I think should be alright. Let's do this attack because it's useful. And anyone else down here don't really need to do much about these guys. Anything else? Well, the engineers should potentially build up some fortifications if we could get rid of an enemy somewhere. No, these are heavy tanks. Yeah. That can be very nasty. Okay, let's get the AA defenses on these guys. I think we can reinforce our headquarters with that. Definitively the AA brigade over there. There I actually want to take a closer look on that. So, what if I upgrade? Yeah, so massively increasing our defense value in that regard. So that's extremely nice. Let's try to get rid of the Italians. Oh, I forgot about the defensive artillery. Still an alright result. Could push up our tanks. Our heavy tanks. Could also give them an AA upgrade. But it would also be nice just to counter-attack a little bit. This army, you actually need to withdraw, I think. Yeah, your readiness and morale and all of that is very low. So let's bring you... Can't bring it directly over there, so I think what I need to do is simply... Okay, let's bring it back over there. You're gonna move in, that's fine. We're gonna upgrade whatever we can in the back over here. Yeah, including our tanks. Let's be a little bit conservative. We've waited so long for these upgrades that I think it's worthwhile applying them now. Good. And on the front line then, you made your move. I think this is a good attack, so let's do it. You are a little bit less decisive, but nevertheless, let's strike. This is not a good attack, so let's attack the Italian army though. So we are doing some damage at least. Good. Right, on the northern front, we've been pushed back a little bit, but not too strongly actually anywhere, so the most important thing actually might be to simply reinforce these guys. We could do some pushbacks, but none of that looks too promising. This might be a good attack. Yeah, nothing too big. Certainly want to attack aircraft when we can. Germans did move up another corps over here, or at least reinforce theirs. But yeah. No, I think what we can do is actually reinforce simply whatever we have in the front line. Wherever possible. Tanks need to be reinforced. No one else in the rear needs to be completely reinforced. Do we want to do some tactical bombing runs? Doesn't seem to be too important, so nope. Not gonna do that. Gonna move these guys up though. And now we can get AA defenses on some of our units, and that is very nice. Yeah, even on the garrisons, and certainly on the headquarters. Good. Very nice result. So then over here, I think these guys should come back. There's no point trying to exploit something that's over here. Could move these. Is there any point moving you back? To have a more coherent front? No, I think it's fine. Well, although I don't really want to lose our cavalry. Okay, so let's bring the cavalry back into line, and that should be okay. So now we could reinforce any of that, and that's alright. Battleship can also get a little bit more of AA defenses, and likewise the heavy artillery. Good. Everything else though is fine. Where did we lose the unit actually? I think it was down here, wasn't it? Yeah. So yeah, let's place the Sebastopol Corps over here. You're gonna probably need some reinforcements. I mean, these heavy tanks are still very bothersome for us, so yeah. And these fighters need to be reinforced. And that's alright. Good. Very good. And we do have some points left as the USSR. Not a lot, but enough at least to think a bit about what we want to do over here. So, ideally I would like to have better heavy fighters. Artillery weapons would be a very nice upgrade as well. As would of course be industrial technology. Okay, but I think we'll simply buy another unit. We did lose a unit, so let's try to replace that 24th Corps with, of course, infantry weapons and AA defenses. That's going to be alright. That does leave a couple of points, but it's not actually dramatic, so that's alright. Good. Let's take a look at the UK. So, you can't be transported. Can you be upgraded? No, you cannot. Okay, so we need to wait for this field to come online again. Can certainly transport these paratroopers though, because that port has been refurbished somewhat. And you know what? If we need to wait anyway, we just only have one supply. Also, we should make sure that to blockade that harbor. So, if we need to wait anyway, I'm tempted to try to strike Christesand. Gonna run into enemy over here. Should be able to bomb them, shouldn't we? Well, just with naval fighters, which is not that worthwhile. And you actually should be getting elite reinforcements on the planes. And then that does leave this carrier. So let's do some strikes on Christesand. And that's nice. Okay, good. Can't be upgraded. It could move out, but there's no point really. I think the supply down here will be way too bad. And this headquarter unit could, I guess, also be transported. Oh, did you unload already? That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted at all. Oh, wait. Okay, so yeah, you should actually get to rescind. But I can't move you over there. So let's bring you in towards the east, west, and that's fine. You're gonna get to Trondheim and gonna have to load you up next time. Sorry about that. Right, everything else over here in London. Oh yeah, the UK has of course developed better weaponry, so let's apply that to everyone in this area. Should be alright. Yeah, the battleships don't need that really, but everyone else is fine now. Good. North Africa, we primarily want to withdraw our UK forces, so let's... Oh, I can't transport you? probably because of the harbor, right? Weird that I can transport you. Alright, let's do that anyway. We move over here. There's some transports sitting in this that are UK transports, which are trying to get home towards the UK itself. I think there were some others, right? These guys. And these guys were just moved over here. These. Yeah, there's a distillery. You likewise should be trying to get home. Good. Alright, America then, in Italy. So, we have these rangers coming up against the Italian corps. Then we've got our paratroopers able to attack Palermo. Why have you got 10 supplies? Oh, because you're a primary supply source. Okay. Yeah, that does make sense. Nevertheless, what can we do as the US? There's a lot of bad weather over here. We might still simply try to upgrade some of these units. Can we transport? Yes, we can transport these guys. Can you land now? You can. It's also very good. I'm not entirely sure what you are. But we are making... exerting some pressure here on Palermo. And that is good. Although it's not that decisive, I have to say. You should probably be upgraded before you move to yet better tanks. And AA defenses, why not? Okay, that's fine. Right. We've got more long-range transports. Not quite able to make it towards the port though. Not sure what would happen if we were to quick move, whether we could still disembark. Interesting question. I don't think so, so let's bring you up normally. No more troops. No more troops over there. That's alright. We've got these rangers who should be put in a long-range transport. And then we've got all of these transports and they will be deploying at some point. Okay. So, let's bring over some tactical bombers. What about these medium bombers? Let's bring them over. Tactical bombers over there. Fighters closer to the front. And all of that is alright, good. And then we can indeed put this army on long range transports as well. And this corps as well. Some upgrades wouldn't have been too bad, but all in all I think we are fine. This is a garrison brigade, I know that much. Yeah, but for all of these other ones, it's hard to say what they actually are. Which is a little bit unfortunate. But okay, let's try to load you over here. Okay, it's another army that's very good. So we'll be able to put that in a transport as well. We'll move over Bradley so that you'll be able to land in Syracuse at some point in the not too distant future. And that should be fine. Good. So far so good. I don't think this is a crucial attack. Let's... oh yeah, this is a town as well, yeah. We could cut them off by landing behind them. But would that actually help us? Huh, interestingly enough, Brindisi doesn't seem to be covered, so maybe we can do a strike over there next time around. How can you display as? Oh, because you could be reinforced. Right, let's bring the British carriers back. I think keeping one over here and another one of these battleships is probably fine. And then we can sort of concentrate our UK forces a little bit as well, so that they can be shipped out pretty soon. And I don't suppose that you can upgrade for now. No, you can't. And these tanks likewise, yeah, your supply is too low. So unfortunately you cannot do that either. Well, you could at least upgrade though. You could reinforce. What's the upgrade? Is it AA? Yeah. And not that critical then. Let's simply reinforce these mechanized units, and soon we'll be landing, and I think withdrawing a little bit, drawing a little bit more on the supplies over there. Yeah, the Mexicans we did want to land. So that's alright. Still, these destroyers should be sort of guarding this fleet. And that's alright. Good, good, good. Let's jump over here. There are some remaining troops that we want to push down towards the UK. Including, I think, a core over here. So you need to be transported. The Argentinians, of course, are going to join the Americans in the Central Theater, but that's fine. Another army over here that we will be trying to bring towards Italy. And there's that. Okay, we do have some minutes left, I think, so we are actually going to try to finish potentially a full turn again in one episode, which I think would be great. So let's try to do that. Just rearranging our forces in our Indian forces a little bit. I think we should have some transports that are kicking around. And indeed we do. Come on. There we go, transporting Indians to Egypt so that they can land in Greece is fine. And down here in Java, we are increasingly pushing on their headquarter units. Nice, there we go, good national morale boost. More importantly though, their supplies here will dwindle. And that should allow us to strike them somewhat. We can't use much AA, so I think we'll... should probably put you over there so that you can get more supplies. Yeah, but we are pushing in on these guys, so that's fine. Over here, you can't be transported. Do have a transport over here though, so soon I think we'll be able to take on Brunei. And we'll bring in these medium bombers from India over here so that they can at least strike over there. That should be alright. Simply going to rearrange our Chinese troops so that they can back to the supply lines, bring up these Indians. And that is alright, I believe. So, the next interesting bit is over here, of course, with our ability to land on Taipei with our special forces. And the ability to wipe out that carrier fleet. So, happy about that result, certainly. Gonna take on Tainan soon. I think we can actually try to take Okinawa with our forces. Although maybe not, there's a whole army sitting there, so yeah, that doesn't seem to be something that we could logistically, I think, accomplish really. And it's a secondary supply, so also even occupying that hex doesn't really do much for us. Can be upgraded. Nice. Nice, you can. Okay, good. Oh, anyone else maybe? Upgrade? Yes. Okay, fine, fine. Happy about that. Good. Let's take a look at Papua New Guinea. So, how would the supply situation look like? It would probably be really, really bad. It is really, really bad. But These Japanese special forces here should fall like that, and that is very nice. Still, the harbor is, I think, not ours. It's still Axis occupied, isn't it? Yes, it is. UK carriers can't do much over here. We can strike this quarter unit, actually. And we can, of course, bring about some change with these ranges towards Rabaul. It's not necessarily worth it, though. So let's bring you up towards the Caroline Islands. Over here in the Gilberts, it's been a little bit frustrating. Because they are overwhelming us with their capability to withstand. I mean, their supply is extremely low, but not low enough. Right. Shall we reinforce that battleship a little bit more? Yeah, I think so. Don't necessarily need to worry about that too much right now, but I think it's fine. And then these special forces can simply move up a little. Can't do any strikes due to the weather, but just pushing on them is fine as well. And there we go. Good. Let's take a little look at the Carolines and at Truk. Truk, of course, was a naval base that was mostly bypassed historically, but still, I mean, it's a good supply situation over there, so that is alright. Don't have anyone, so how many marine divisions do we have right now? We've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You really are a little bit unbalanced over there. Should bring you somewhere else. Far East fighters. Can we operate you? Cannot. Still, I'm mostly happy with the situation as is down here. Question is, where do we want our South Africans over here to go? But for now, that's not necessarily the most important thing. Good. Gonna upgrade a couple of our Chinese divisions. Why can't you be upgraded? Too low supply? Interesting. Alright. Yeah, still. Good. I think that is actually it for this turn. So, very happy about that. Let's think briefly, at the very least, about our build order. So, the UK has most of the stuff that it needs, but more paratroopers might be alright. I would like to have more special forces, and we don't really have them, so I think the UK actually needs to invest a little bit more into research, and it can do so. That is nice. What is the most important thing that the UK is missing? I think some production technology wouldn't be bad. Artillery weapons we do have. We do have infantry weapons. That's nice. We are getting better tanks and better bombers. Ground attack weapons. We are very far behind, so let's invest a little bit into that, because we do have some bombers really. Anti-submarine warfare, no. Mobility, no. Advanced subs, certainly not. Long-range aircraft, useful but not critical. Armored warfare, very important. Command and control, very important. But maybe production technology is the most useful thing. We'll also get a big boost from what the US is doing, so that also is fine, I believe. Good. Anything else? No, all of that looks really dandy to me. So yeah, the US doesn't really need to invest any more into research, I believe, for the rest of the game probably. Right, Soviets do have very little points. India does have some points, but what we should probably be doing then is take these bombers, operate them towards Egypt, and then you'll be able to do some things more over there. That's fine. And the US can certainly buy more units. Can you buy more special forces? No, we've spent all that we can on that. Would like to buy some heavy tanks, but that's only possible from July onwards, so we'll have to wait a little bit there. And, you know, that being said, I don't think there's any compelling reason to immediately buy a lot of things. Could buy a cavalry corps, simply for the fun of it, really. Or more paratroopers. Paratroopers are cool, let's do it. And that's it. Good. That does leave quite a couple of points for both the US and China, of course, but I think it's fine for now. So, all in all, I'm happy to see that the USSR is getting some more AA defenses. Some of the German troops have been pushed back. We are still in a somewhat flimsy position, still with these heavy tanks. Some of these guys up here are... Ooh! I didn't realize I hadn't moved you. Yeah. Interesting. So, if we can conduct a strike, why not strike these Italians? Good. Yeah. So, happy. Let's talk next time. See you guys tomorrow.